this is Eliza and welcome back to a new video. So today I'll be announcing the Bookopoly ReadAthon round 2. So I'm going to be pretty quick with this because there is a lot of details, because there's actually kind of more aspects than there was last round, just because I've added some extra things to it. Well, I replaced things and there's more to them. So we're just going to jump straight into it, get straight into the dates, and then move on to the details. So firstly, the dates, the readathon will go for the entirety of September. So from 12 AM September 1st in your time zone to 11:59 PM on September 30th. Is there 30 days in September? I'm pretty sure there's 30 days in September. So I'll pop the board up on the screen, and I'll also link my blog post review down below, which will have all the visuals in it as well. And you'll also be able to save the Bookopoly board from there. And I'll also link a PDF version of it down below if you guys want to print it out. So the board actually does have all the information on it, like everything except for the bonus challenges, which are in other graphics. So yeah, all that will be in that blog post down below if you want to see a visual of all the aspects, but I'm going to talk through it as well. So the basics on how the readathon works: you have the Bookopoly board, you roll your dice, 2 dice, and move around the board. As you land on things, you complete that challenge and you receive points. And if you do roll doubles, you roll your, like you've rolled your doubles, you roll again, you add all those numbers together, and then you move your counter, same as you do in a normal Monopoly game. And quickly, for the normal space challenges, which I'll talk about them in a minute, but for them, if you land on the same challenge twice, you can either choose to redo that challenge with a different book and count the points again, or you can skip but you won't earn the points. So you can either just move on, earn nothing, or redo it and earn points. Just to clarify that, because I don't think I put that in my video last time, it was only in the blog post, just to make everything clear. So firstly, I'm going to talk through what all the challenges mean, and then I'll just tell you around the board exactly what is in each space, just in case, you know, for the visually impaired who can't see the graphic, we'll talk through exactly where everything is placed. But I will go through what each of the spaces mean, just because a couple of them have changed from last round. So firstly, we have the standard property spaces. These ones are the ones with the color on the top, and they just have a challenge and you earn points. These ones are pretty basic. You just land on them, complete the challenge, earn the points. Pretty simple. And like I said, if you land on it twice, you can either skip and move on, or you can redo it and earn more points. Next, we have the treasure chest space, which is the same as last month. This is the only one I haven't changed for the additional spaces, like not the property spaces. This is the only one I haven't actually changed. So there is a quiz. It will be linked in the Twitter bio. It'll be linked on the blog post announcement. And there is also a mini links, which I will link at the top of my description down below. It'll be the first thing there. That will have all the links that could be necessary for the readathon. So that will be linked at the top, and this will be linked in there. So basically it's just a quiz. You answer the questions, you receive a card, just like you do with the treasure chest cards on the actual Monopoly board. And then depending on what that card is, you will either earn points, you might move spaces, you might get a get out of a reading slump free card, all those type of things. Moving on from the treasure chest, next we have the adventure spaces. So this adventure space is replacing the adventure spaces that we had last round, but I have revamped it. I got rid of the quiz, which was like the adventure story time type quiz. I got rid of that because I wasn't happy with it. So for this one, instead of that, there is actually a map. So what you do is you go to the map. I have written in the blog post exactly the paths on the map if you obviously cannot see the actual map itself, but there is a map, and basically you start at Harriel. The map is actually based off the Medoran Chronicles. It is the one that I used for the last round of the Journey-a-thon readathon. If you didn't know, I also host that one, but I made a map based on the map of Medora from the Medoran Chronicles, and I've just used that same map again, just for a different purpose. So you start at Harriel and you make your way across the map. Doesn't matter where you go, it is entirely up to you. And then when you get to a end point, there is 6 of them. Each of those 6 ones correspond with a reading challenge. So the possible challenges, so your possible end locations in the path that you happen to choose. First we have Mardinia, and for this one is to read a book with the word star in the title. Then we have Maru, which is to read a book with the word girl in the title. Then we have Nyalis, which is to read a book with the word fire in the title. We have Hallowgate, to read a book with the word blood in the title. Greyvale, read a book with the word queen in the title. And lastly, Chateau Chandelle, which is to read a book with the word king in the title. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the adventure spaces. You just follow any path your heart desires on the map and you receive a challenge. You complete that challenge and you earn 100 points when you complete that challenge. So the next type of spaces is the ones that replace the luxury tax / income tax spaces on the Monopoly board. So for these ones, it's just forget your book or dropped your book. Both of those you lose 100 points if you land on them. Next we have the bookshelf spaces. These ones replace the airport or train station spaces on a normal Monopoly board. So they are at the midway point on each side of the board. So for the bookshelf spaces, they are just a regular challenge. However, you can earn bonus points. So if you land on one bookshelf space, it doesn't matter which one it is on the board, you will earn 100 points. If you land on a second bookshelf space, again, doesn't matter where on the board it is, you will earn 150 points. If you land on a third, you'll earn 200 points, and if you land on a fourth, it'll be 250 points. If you land on more than that, again 250. The next type of space is the magical ability space. So for the magical ability spaces, you need to choose a number between 1 and 6, or have someone else choose the number between 1 and 6, or use a random number generator, or roll a dice and receive a number between 1 and 6, and each of those numbers correspond with a magical ability. So this ability can be used once within the readathon. If you land on the magical ability space twice, obviously you'll get a new ability and you can use it again, but you can only use your ability once each time you get it. And you also do not have to use your ability straight away. You can choose when you use it. It doesn't have to be the next roll. It can be whenever. It is entirely up to you. So if you get a 1, you can skip one challenge and still earn the points. So it can be any challenge on the board, but you will still earn the points. If you get a 2, you earn double points for one challenge. So again, any of the challenges, you just earn double the amount of points that you should have earned. 3, you can double the amount you roll on a dice. So if you roll a 6 on the dice, you actually can move a 12. If you get a 4, you can skip one challenge, but you receive no bonus points. So you can simply skip a challenge, move ahead, move on. If you get a 5, you can change one word in the challenge to suit you. So let's say, for example, the challenge is to read a book with a blue cover. Instead of blue, you could change the word to yellow and read a book with a yellow cover. As long as you change one word in the challenge title, you can adapt it however you want to make it fit whatever book you want. And then for number 6, read any book you choose for one challenge. So if you land on a space and you don't have a book that fits that challenge, you can read any book you want and it will still count for the points. So you'll still receive the points. You can just read any book, even if it doesn't fit the challenge. So that's all the magical abilities. Now moving on to a fun little space. This one has no actual gain in the readathon, but I thought it was fun. So this one, you get a pet. So you get like a little companion to go around with you on the Bookopoly readathon. You don't earn any points from having this pet. There is no abilities for having this pet. There's nothing advanced. It's just, I thought it'd be fun if you had a little pet. And you can go and choose, you can find a photo online and choose your pet, or you can choose whatever one you have at home and use your pet. But if you get a pet, share with us on Twitter or on our Discord and show us your pet. So for this one, it is entirely up to you. You can choose dog, cat, bird, lizard, fish, or hamster. It is entirely up to you. There's no, no one else has to choose it for you. You can just choose whichever one you want, but each one has a reading challenge. So if you choose a dog, you need to read a book featuring assassins. If you choose a cat, you need to read a book featuring murder. If you choose a bird, you need to read a book featuring magic. If you choose a lizard, you need to read a book featuring food. If you choose a fish, you need to read a book featuring dragons. And lastly, if you choose a hamster, you need to read a book featuring royalty. So as soon as you've completed the challenge that corresponds with what animal you want, you receive that animal and they can come on the adventure with you. Then quickly, I want to talk about the corner spaces. So we have go, obviously, that's your starting place. And if you go past go, you earn 200 points. The next corner is the in the reading slump space. So if you land in a reading slump, this is where you sit, or it is just waiting if you happen to land there and you'll keep going around the board. In the top left, we have the open library. So this is just a free space. If you land there, you just roll, you keep going. And then there's the fall into a reading slump space. So this is corresponding with the go to jail space on a normal Monopoly board. If you land there, you'll fall into a reading slump and you have to move to the in the reading slump space. So while we're talking about the corners, we'll talk about how to get out of a reading slump. So there's 3 options. If you have a get out of a reading slump free card, which you can earn from the treasure chest space, you can get out of jail free. You can roll the dice. You have 5 rolls and you must roll a double within those 5s. If you don't roll a double within those 5 rolls, you have to choose one of the other options. And the last option is to lose 100 points. So that's all the different types of spaces. So now we'll just go around the board, I'll read out all the challenges and I'll read out how many points you receive for each of those challenges. So in the bottom right corner, we have Go. If you pass Go, collect 200 points. Then we have the first brown space, which is graphic novel, earn 60 points. Then we have the treasure chest. Then we have another brown space, which is to read a book with a brown cover, earn 60 points. Then we have the forget your book challenge, which you lose 100 points if you land on. Then we have the first bookshelf space. So this one is trees on the cover. And for the bookshelf spaces, you can either earn 100, 150, 200 or 250, depending on how many you've landed on, as I spoke about before. Then we have the first light blue space, which is to read a book with a blue cover and you earn 100 points. Then we have an adventure space, which once you completed your adventure, you earn 100 points. The next blue space is a person of color author and you earn 100 points. Then we have fantasy and earn 120 points. Then we have the corner space in a reading slump / just visiting. Then we have the first pink space, which is to read a book with a pink cover. And for this one, you earn 140 points. Then we have the magical ability space. Then we have the next pink space, which is a book set in Asia. And for this one, you earn 140 points. And then next we have LGBT plus author and you earn 160 points. Then we have the next bookshelf space, which is to read a book with gold writing on the spine. This can be either the naked spine or the covered spine or the paperback spine, whichever spine. Then we have the first orange space, which is to read a book with an orange cover. And for this one, you earn 180 points. Then we have a treasure chest space. Then the next orange space is to read a book between 300 and 350 pages. And for this one, you earn 180 points. Then we have read a book with a male main character and you earn 200 points. Then in that corner, we have the open library space, which is a free space. Then we have the first red space, which is to read a LGBT plus main character book and you earn 220 points. Then we have the next adventure space. Then we have red cover, earn 220 points. Then we have read a book with a 5-word title and you earn 240 points. Then we have the next bookshelf space and that one is not your usual genre. So any book that is not the genre that you usually read. Then we move on to the yellow spaces. So we have yellow cover, earn 260 points. Audiobook, earn 260 points. Then we have the get a pet space. Then we have starts with F, title or author. And for that one, you earn 280 points. Then in the corner, we have fall into a reading slump. And then going down the last side, we move on to the green spaces. Firstly, we have person of color main character, earn 300 points. Then we have animal on cover, earn 300 points. We have a treasure chest space. And then we have green cover, earn 320 points. Then we have the last bookshelf space. And for that one, you need to read a book with a gorgeous cover. Then we have an adventure space. Then we have the two dark blue spaces. So we have features mystery, earn 350 points. And then we have the dropped your book space, which you lose 100 points. And then the last challenge is to read a book with 500 plus pages and you earn 400 points. So that is all the challenges, everything to do with the board. I will link down below a readathon tracker. So this is a completely personal tracker. It doesn't lead to anything. It's just up to you guys if you want to track where you're currently sitting, what book you're currently reading, and how many points you currently have. That one is just a Google sheet that I will leave a link down below. I will also link our Twitter and our Discord. I will be hosting sprints over on Discord, and that was where we will be mainly chatting, but we'll also be updating on Twitter. And if Twitter is your preferred platform, you can update us on there, but we will be holding sprints on Discord and not Twitter. So both Discord and Twitter will be linked down below, as well as the points tracker. So I think that is everything you guys need to know for the Bookopoly ReadAthon. If you have any questions, either shoot me a message on Twitter or there is a section in our Discord specifically for questions. So if you guys have a question, pop onto there, leave it there, and I'll respond as quickly as I can. And again, I'll also link the blog post down below, which will have a written version of everything that I just spoke about. And also you can download the visuals there and all the graphics and stuff like that. And also, because I forgot to mention it this last time in the announcement video, but if you guys are talking about it on any social media, it doesn't matter if it's Instagram, Twitter, wherever you're talking, use the hashtag Bookopoly, which I'll pop it on the screen. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys want Instagram challenges. It was something that was brought up last round, but I didn't want to do it last round just because it was the first round of the readathon and it was already pretty hectic and I didn't want to make it even more hectic. But a couple of people did ask about it. So if you guys want Instagram challenges, let me know in the comments and I will definitely do that if you guys want it. It probably won't be a full like daily one every day of the month. It'll probably be like a weekly thing. But if you guys want Instagram challenges, definitely definitely let me know and I can make that happen. So yeah, I think that is all the information you guys need. Again, if you have any questions, head over to Twitter or Discord and let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you'll be joining me for round 2 of Bookopoly ReadAthon, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.